You have a window
Yeah, it's on.
open,
Okay.
all
It's
right,
on.
that theoretically
It was
comes
on
from the
before, yeah.
OWASP page, right?
Oh, now
Yes.
it's on? I did turn it
No,
on.
no,
But
It's okay.
you're intercepting it, so the image you're seeing there has already been put there. Is that in the cached environment, cache of Firefox?
No, this is the actual
Because otherwise,
application.
wouldn't you be blocked from having that page open up?
Sorry.
If the interceptor is on, wouldn't it block?
I
it?
don't
Intercept's
think
going
it's
this
cache,
way,
it's just the
not that
application. It's not doing anything. That's
See,
the
like, yeah,
application.
let me
It's not
explain you
processing
in a
anything.
different way. Now I want to register myself in this application. So Google registration, any registration, right? This is similar to that. I want to register. So I click on this, and these people will click, and it is being stopped by me. Is it a wrong analogy, or I'm not getting?
Yeah, it makes sense,
It
yeah.
makes sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Basically, the request, whatever he clicked, that request is supposed to reach you,
Right.
but it was intercepted by him because he said intercept on, and the request has stopped there. It's not passing through. He's not
But-
letting it pass through.
But my question wasn't his request for me to deliver that web page to him? And
Correct.
That's the
Yeah.
case.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what is
How come he has that web page when it hasn't gotten to me yet?
No. Still, I haven't got the page.
He doesn't
See, I
have it.
want to
Oh,
go to the
okay, all
register
Yeah.
registration page.
Okay.
So
all
you're
right.
supposed to send me registration page. I've clicked this link.
Probably he is referring to the initial page itself.
Initial
That was
page.
when the intercept was off.
Yeah, during
Oh, right.
during
So
that
that's what I was
time.
wondering, if it showed up in
Yeah,
cache.
yours was right
Yeah.
question. I didn't get that.
Mm.
So that time intercept was off. So that's why I was able to get to here. Now I want to put a break for my request. So now I click here. So you're supposed to give me the registration page. So, but it has been paused by Mark. So how he is able to pause? Because of this intercept is on. So when your intercept is on, it will leave me all the information I have sent. I don't have any information now. Or I'm done. The browser job is done now. The browser job is done. It is sent. So afterwards, what is happening in between is being paused by Mark, and that information we can watch here.
And that's in the text on the left-hand screen.
Yeah. So see, if you see, it's keep on spinning
Yeah.
because it's not going through.
Oh.
It's not, the information is not coming to you. Basically, Mark has stopped it. And here you can see what is happening. So I have sent this request. I'm just doing a get request. Get means I need the information I'm sending you is I need this particular page. Register.php is what I need. So that is the information. This is like bisection. So you can read these
That's what
things in
you're
between.
asking
Yeah.
for, right?
So I need under mutilday register.php. So that is the get request. I need that information, and then host is my system. So this is my system IP address. User agent. User agent is my browser details. My browser details.
Right.
So you will send me the details once I send you all this information. So, but we are watching this in between. What all is happening inside.
So you're not letting it go past
Yes.
Mark, and it's because you want time to read what you're asking for.
Not time. That is how we do analysis. As a hacker, that is how you analyze the traffic. What is happening?
Okay.
Now, is the session ID listed in there somewhere?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. And
Session ID will come only once I go. You will give me the session ID.
Oh, okay. And will there be any information that we're looking for in the hex tab?
Extract is just
Could be.
byte version of the HTML that comes through.
So it's the same thing, just presented differently?
Yeah, it's the hexadecimal version of it.
You still get.
Sir, I think
The
once
base
we-
binary version.
John, once we finish this process, right? We are just halfway through. Initial stage. You will get the complete picture. So let me finish and then.
So, sorry, can you tell me what website you went to get the username and password?
Mutilday. No, Mutilday. I'm registering it. I'm
Oh,
still
you're trying to register? on
I'm still
something.
trying to register.
Okay.
Okay, quick question. So if you disable the intercept, right, it's on right now. So if you turn it off, does it goes on?
Yes.
Okay.
So now
That's what happened.
I'll stop this. Now I'm able to see all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just stop it. I mean, switch it off.
Oh, and then it goes on.
Now the information is with you.
Okay.
That's why it was hanging up before when the intercept was on, because it wasn't letting it.
It
And
was-
so what you have there is what I sent back.
Yes.
Okay.
So now the information we saw right in this one, I'll show you the history. So this is the information which I sent you. Request.
Now,
And
is that in the intercept window or is that in the HTTP history window?
History.
history, HTTP history.
Okay,
So because this transaction is done, so we have to see in the history.
right, okay.
So during the other, when you intercept is on, that is current, still happening. So this is past.
Okay.
So,
What is, sorry, go ahead.
okay, you haven't registered yet, you haven't sent any information yet.
No. First is I'm asking John to send me the registration page.
Okay. Now Mark is the guy, bad guy, right?
Not exactly bad guy. He's a
Well,
proxy.
he's
That's a
protecting
lot.
your system from getting
I thought
infected.
he's intercepting.
I did intercept it, but then he released it.
We're trying to analyze the web
See,
application right now.
we have set up Mark.
Oh, sorry, Mark. He's really good. I'm just.
Mark is saying, hold on, let me see what
Yeah,
you're.
let me look at it first, and then
He's just a
he
tool.
released it.
He's just a tool to watch the traffic in between.
You're a tool.
Oh,
Mark.
okay,
Mhm.
all right.
You call worse.
So that tool can be used for good purpose and bad purpose both.
Okay, so he's doing white box.
I see. I can see the username password when I try to register.
Okay.
Is it sent in plain text?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, really?
That's the
So you're
weakness
getting
of that
the
page.
concept?
So you have your intercept on.
So this,
I turned
That's
on my
what I was-
intercept and actually tried
What
to
is this
register with
PHP
the
session
username.
ID?
I created
Every
a
browser
username
has its own
password
session
and
ID,
you will
right?
be able to see.
That if you
And
go
so
to
you
Chrome
can
and
see
you
it.
open,
Yeah,
what is
and
that
it's
session
your
ID? That is the
text, so
standard mobile,
obviously that's
the
what
browser
you
session
want.
ID. What is this
but
PHP
that's
session
not,
I'll
it's
come to
not
that.
secure, right? It's HTTP, right? If it's HTTPS.
Okay, you're getting
it will
until
encrypt.
now.
Oh, then
Right.
you.
That doesn't necessarily mean your web application is secure. Your
So I asked-
But the transmission is secure, right? It will be encrypted. Sorry.
Okay. So so let's come back to this.
Let's
Yeah.
So I just asked John to send me first the registration page, and in between, maybe Shashi wants to see what is my request. So he goes to Mark, and then he's seeing the request. The Mark gives it because he has set up Mark. So Shashi has set up Mark, so he is able to see what is happening in between.
Now, on the
You're
other
getting
hand,
this
if
analogy?
Jim comes along and wants to spoof what Mark's doing, and he gets the traffic instead of Mark, then he can do bad things with your information. If it goes to Jim instead of Mark, because Jim is spoofing Mark's address,
Yes,
or Jim is pretending to be a proxy server in place of Mark.
yes, that's true. So somewhere it has to be set up. So we need to set up Mark. And Mark can be good and bad based upon how Shashi is, because Shashi has set up Mark.
So in the real world, sometimes if you go to register and it hangs up like that, that means Mark is.
Well, not necessarily if you
Not
have.
exactly.
If it's not HTTPS, like you mentioned.
See, if he
But
wants
it
to
is
see,
not HTTP.
see, anyways, information is going through Mark only. If he wants to pause and see, then he wants to see the current information.
Okay.
Then he will just intercept. Otherwise, in off condition, still it will be going.
Going
It
to.
will still be in history. Still, Shashi can access the past request.
Mhm,
Now, all the information is going through Mark. So, and he has control over Mark.
mhm.
So, he is able to see the bug process.
Would a hacker prefer to look at history than actually stop the transaction?
But he won't be able to set this up, right? If he is able to set up a proxy between the application and the client, that is when hacking
Yeah.
hacking takes place. So, this proxy is.
And if he wants to do it in near real time, then the attack has to be somewhat automated too, so there's not too much of a delay. Right?
Okay, you're getting until now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, okay, so there are two things. One is request and next is response. Everybody clear with that? So first in this example registration page, what I did, so I just asked, first I wanted please register here. I just clicked on that and the information in the request, it will go like this. So I have just clicked, but inside all these things are happening automatically. From the link it picks up. So from John's server, which page needs to be opened is what I'm asking. So I'll tell John I need this page. Next is John might need these details for him to acknowledge me. So that is one is I should send my IP address and then what user agent I am sending, and this is what language I am sending. I can this has to match. So like text, HTML, application, XHTML. So he should be able to read. So that is what, see, I'm telling John, I'm sending, these are the languages I'm using here to create my request. Accept language, encoding, not sure about it. Yeah, referrer is the page from where the information is going. So this page, PHP login page, that is the referrer. And then cookies, session IDs is already created because we did a couple of times. Usually, first time, only Mark will give me the session ID.
Yeah, is that also going to be trapped in the cookie manager then?
Yes.
Right.
This is not cookie manager. This is
No, this is Burp, right? But it's giving some cookies.
Yeah, cookie.
Right?
All this will be trapped in cookie manager as
Right.
well.
So you'll be able to look at that information
Yes.
at least in two places.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, then connection close. So these are the instructions which I am sending to John, and we are able to see this thing. So now John will respond to me. So that is this one. So if you see raw is one, if you want to see in this format, there is params. If you want to see in a much better format, same thing, same data in a different format. This is headers. Headers in the raw format, all these things are headers. Until
On
here,
the left.
yeah, all are headers. Afterwards, which comes right, all the text, other stuffs are maybe I'll take a different example. Yeah, so this is header. This information must go to John for him to process, and these are the body. So this is what I'm asking, and these are the information which John uses. Fine. So now let's come back to the example. Response, under response. Okay, now what John does, he will check this. Okay, he will read this first and he will respond to this one. Okay, I get that. So HTTP 1.1 200. Okay, that means he is able to understand. That means he has this particular page in his server. So now John says, oh, okay, if it is not, usually here you get 404 file not found.
Yeah.
Suppose you don't have that file to show, here it will be 404 file not found. So now you are responding to that. Okay, since you have the file, you are telling, okay, 200. Okay, you are giving that message stating that, okay, I have this file, and next is the date. I think the date and time when you are sending is the current date and time, and then the server. So this is the server details, your server details. So where the application is hosted. So that server detail is this. And it is running on Ubuntu Apache 2.2.114, and
So
these are the
that's your
technologies.
virtual machine, right? Because you opened it on your virtual machine. So this is your, because you opened on your, right? You didn't send it to anybody. So it came to you, right?
Server, it says. This is John's. This
It's
response
John's
is coming from
information.
John. I think this should be.
Coming from him?
Yeah.
Right, and I'm running
So this is-
Ubuntu, you're running Kali Linux.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
but-
also, the Apache is a web server.
But you didn't respond, right? Like
Yeah,
he
he
spoke-
did. I did.
Oh, he
It's been
did. Oh,
released.
you did.
That's my
something?
It's been
response.
released. This is the response.
This is his response.
The request and
okay.
response. So we'll look at the response.
The entire thing is his response for my request.
Where is that?
So it starts from Okay, I get this file for this. This is the question, this is the answer. So this is the question and answer for this is this one, 200. Okay, I have this. So first I'm asking, get me this particular file. Now John is telling, okay, I have this file. Next, next it cannot host. So these are the details which John uses. Then John further proceeds, tells this is the time I am giving, and these are my server details, and this is the application which I am using. PHP is what the language you are using, basically to communicate. So actually this is a flaw. You should not display all this information. So now I know as a hacker, Shashi knows that this is a PHP based application, and he can search the net for PHP based vulnerabilities. He might get a ready-made vulnerability and directly attack John and get the information, or compromises server. That's how it happens. So when we do pen testing, we ask them, if we see something like this, we will tell the developers to hide this. This should not be displayed.
Which one? The
X-powered by.
so the developers determine what's in that response.
Yes,
In like
developer-
what's masked or.
Yeah, so they have the control to stop this in the application.
Gotcha.
Through their programming language, they can stop
Why
all
would they ever
this.
put it in there?
By default, it comes.
Yeah.
So
So the
they
default is
have,
the problem, okay.
yeah, default also
So they
could be
left the
problem.
front and
Sometimes
back
they
door
do
wide
copy
open.
and paste all the places, right?
Oh my God.
So,
From Google, they copy paste and then automatically
No.
they won't understand
Satish,
what is happening.
how
Job
does this
forever.
come? See,
Yeah.
the thing is when
Default
you
is
develop
stupid.
standard Java
but how
applications,
would you know your
by
developers
default,
are not
it
doing
will
it?
come
That
part
should
of
be
the
Look at
libraries
it.
included.
that should be part
You
of
don't
our-
put it in any of the, whether in extracts or anything, you don't put this one in the code. I don't remember anywhere, perhaps I'm missing. This doesn't come by default unless if it is coming
But
from
that's,
the,
but make sure that, yes, that's
OS
what reason
itself.
they need to get.
this doesn't come,
Yeah, there are two things. One, it could be in the server, Apache server.
that's what I'm thinking, because when
It
you,
could be network security or developers.
unless
Either
it,
you should know both.
yeah.
This could also be server settings, but there are ways to do in Java itself.
Oh, right, that is if you explicitly include the library, then you can't. But most of the libraries use the standard IO packages. You know, they're all the Java this one. And if we develop one, I don't think I've seen any jar files having this one.
It's not jar files, it just gives which, maybe here, if it's
No,
a
I'm
Java-based
trying to see
application.
most of them in Java, it's all references. You import the class files from here, and then you start writing your methods. Anywhere I've not seen this, where you mentioned that this is what it is. So I'm trying to understand how does
How
this
do
come?
you mean, you're asking how
As
how
a
this could be
developer,
fixed?
As a-
how
how
would
is
you
it-
make the
how
mistake?
Mistake, yeah.
As a developer, see, usually I think this is more to do with server setting. Unless the developer knows that this will be an issue, he has to speak to the networking guys and then ask them to.
It could be a Tomcat
Close this.
configuration thing as well. That's probably.
So, yeah, I'll tell you the way
That's what I'm
once we
thinking.
find this, we communicate the developer, they get it done. Either they'll find some kind of code snippet which could be embedded in their application.
Probably.
It's usually, it's not going to be code snippet, it'll be a configuration.
I'm thinking it's
It could be
config.
both. There are a few code snippet, few settings which you can make programmatic changes, or it could be configuration changes.
It could be like Spring config.
I think it
as
could be
well.
more simpler if it is configuration.
It's mostly to do with a web server,
Yeah.
not
Which
with an
would
app
be-
server.
Yeah,
which
it won't
should
be
be
the
a-
application because as developers we don't purposely go
Yeah.
override server details because you have to access like system
The problem, the
Yeah.
problem could be, I think the problem, it is from the web server, not
Yeah.
application
Yeah.
server. And the fix is two ways. One is either you have to speak to your networking guys and then do the configuration management,
for
I
the
got
web
it, Suji.
server, yeah.
web server.
Yeah, but
The second thing is,
Fixable?
there is a programmatic way, I think, to overcome this. That also can be.
Well, developers have permissions to manipulate the web server configuration as well, so it's.
Part of it, yeah.
But
Okay.
don't
So-
you usually adhere to a certain set of best practices that in most cases would eliminate stuff?
So web servers are usually provided by like the IT department or sysadmin department. Developers just go write the code for the business logic and such. So we don't take
You
care
don't
of
have
how
control of
Tomcat should be configured and such and such. There are templates that are being
Maybe this would be
provided by
fun in the
sysadmin.
source
and-
code analysis.
So
view,
it
right?
will not be
Okay,
the
my
same.
The
question.
provider of the
Is it
services.
only
that-
Yeah,
through
whoever
pen
can fix
testing you
best
catch
practices. So it
this,
could be
or there
developer
could be like
responsibility in a
static
startup,
code
or if it's an
analysis,
enterprise
dynamic code?
company, then it would be a
analysis,
different
which
department that
stage?
does it. So
Yes.
it really depends on who's
Even the
responsible
45
for
45 will
configuring
catch
that.
it?
45 will catch, yes.
Okay,
Even the static code analysis can find this. This is just a
Static
data.
code
analysis.
It can
Okay.
do that.
okay.
The thing is, it's more at a web server level, and developers will not host their apps in web servers. It's only the app server.
Okay.
Web server is a proxy.
Let's get on to the next one. Then logged in user, then these are some information, and then he gives that page which I am asking. So this is the complete, that ends. Once I get this page, our talk ends.
So there is web server and application server. So the web server acts as a proxy.